as someone that's coming from a secular background, and we have explored different avenues of entertainment, excitement, expression, and we got used to a certain type of lifestyle, and we're trying to now change that lifestyle because we realize that there's a Torah and that Hashem is real, and that more than what I want to do for myself, I have to think about what Hashem wants for me. He knows better, He cares more. So in this transition, so the question is, how much of myself do I bring with me, and how much of myself do I drop off? And a nice story that I want to just mention before we start is this. I was thinking to myself, listen, there were songs that I listened to from non-Jewish sources that really helped inspire me and helped me reach where I was, which was then at that time sitting in a yeshiva at 25 years old, first time in my life, like as an adult, sitting in a yeshiva learning Torah. It was an amazing journey, and when the rabbis told me then that I shouldn't listen to music that's by non-Jewish people, it was like a bit of an extreme idea, and I questioned it. But then I gave it some thought and then decided that they're right. It was not an easy decision to come to. It took real work, and I did, and I said, they're right. And here's the story, the mashal, the analogy that helped me accept what they had to say. I said, imagine, this is what I told myself, imagine you're on a journey, you're traveling and you have a destination, and you're going through this, marshlands, this very difficult terrain that's with a lot of high, tall, thick grass. I don't know if I picture all those movies in Vietnam. Like you literally need a machete, 2 machetes to cut your way through where you're going. And you said, wow, what an accomplishment. But now you realize that there's a big river or lake in front of you that you have to cross. Those machetes are not going to do much good for you crossing a river. You might keep them for protection, so I would keep them, but you need a boat. You need some kind of floating device to get across. So you get across, you find some floating device, you get across. And you continue on your journey. And you reach this unbelievable mountain. And you're like, okay, now what do I do? You have no pockets, of course. You need your hands to climb, your feet to climb. You cannot carry that little floating device with you. It's going to only hold you back. And the machetes you got to get rid of because you got to climb. So ultimately, you got to leave everything that helps you get to this mountain behind and begin climbing. And that, otherwise you won't reach the top. So with that story, I told myself like this. It's true that there were things that helped me come from where I started. But that doesn't necessarily mean that those are the same things that will help me continue growing where I am now. You have to leave some of those tools that Hashem left for you there behind if you want to continue for what Hashem wants to show you today and tomorrow. There are new ideas, new growth that we have to experience, and there's a new place we want to reach. If we were done, we'd be dead. There's a new place I want to reach today and tomorrow, and I shouldn't use an excuse to keep the things that I have from my past when they're not needed, because they'll only hold me back. So we have to know what things I can take with me and what things I have to let go of. And it takes a mature, real decision to leave the things that are going to hold you back behind. And that's what I went through myself. And I certainly, for a long time, stopped listening to this type of music. And again, today I've incorporated maybe instrumental music because I enjoy it. It picks me up. And the rabbis approve of and permit certain types of music. But it all has to be, in the end of the day, with what the rabbis say is proper.